Fam, welcome to another exciting episode of Slapboxin with your shadow. I am your host, just completely speechless, but got so much to say. Fari's Wade. And yeah, the entire world has lost its mind completely. Just absolutely completely in holistic fashion. And I'm gonna try my best not to cuss. I've been cussing for like the past 6-7 hours. Like since I woke up this morning. I was so focused this morning. I woke up at like 6:30 and I knocked out all my morning stuff. I did my morning breathing exercises, did my morning exercise, I did my yoga. I did yoga and I felt so good. And then I messed around and got this message from, okay, so there are so many ESL teachers worldwide. So when I got my certification, my TEFL certification, it connected me with a bunch of teachers worldwide, English speakers that are like, yeah, I went to this place to teach. And so, yeah, fam, everywhere is crazy now. It's like, it's crazy in Colombia, it's crazy in Brazil, it's crazy in India, it's crazy in freaking Malaysia, in the Philippines. It's crazy everywhere. And it's weighing on me like crazy, folks. It's like I was supposed to leave 2 years ago and I was ready to leave. Fam, like Japan's wonderful, awesome. Everything's right. But it was time for me to leave. It was. And the company I was with, it's trash. Like, Eikaiwas are trash system. I'm just going to say it straight up and down. It's great that people are learning English. It's great if you got a couple of teachers here and here. But the business itself is a trash model. It really is. And so I'll go into that, whatever. And you can write this off as me being bitter about just the world in general. So, like, I don't have any sunshine lollipops for you today. It's not rainbow everything's today. It's so not. And so, like, I got hit up from a person I follow on Instagram. And like I don't really talk on Instagram or Facebook for the matter. You know, I got a few friends, family members I keep in contact with, you know, the inner circle and blue team and the family. That's it. And then I got hit up. It was like, yo, man, Colombia's tripping right now. And it gave me these facts. Police are killing people. And I'm like, oh, man, Colombia just got its shit together from 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago when it was tripping. And, dude, then somebody I follow was doing a live stream talking about SOS Colombia. So I clicked it. I was like, yo, let me see what they about. And this person, I'm not gonna say their name because it's just like that's just how I am, right? So usually they are just bubbly and just like happy and like silly, a little silly, like not obnoxious, but silly. And the look on their face, fam, like it was panic, it was fear, and they were just doing like this marathon, like live stream where they're like sharing information, like, look, I'm raising money. If you can send anything, I got people in this city, in this city, in this. I'm like, wait, whoa. What do you mean cities? Cities plural? I didn't know the protests were happening in multiple cities in Colombia. And then I started seeing videos. And then I started getting live streams from other, and then my mind took over, because that's my biggest thing. Now that we're 40 out here, I see how everything is connected. Like there is no off switch to this. There is no TikTok dance that I do. There is no studio 60-minute freestyle shit that I like. All of my creative vices, for the most part, have been limited to just writing poetry that will never see the light of day, and then something else. And because of the pandemic, I can't do the other thing. So it's like, that's where I'm at right now. And doing this whole week of sobriety is so important now, because I got so much anger and so much confusion and so much like, what the hell to do next about everything that's happening. And so it's like, I see everything like, this happened before already. This already happened. The government was trying to raise its export and trying to save its international credit rating or whatever the hell. So they're like, oh yeah, we just need more money. We'll just tax the people. And it's like, dude, they're already dealing with a pandemic. You're already dealing with businesses having to shut down, social distancing, people losing income, people dying, and all that. And then you're going to put a tax on top of it. So then the people, they're like, no, you're not. This is a dumb idea, and we're not going to stand for it. So then it started this whole protest, this whole strike, this whole walkout thing. Then that led to another protest about the government being stupid on its job. Like, you got these people making these dumb decisions, and it's hurting the people, and it's really not benefiting everyone. It's benefiting a chosen few. And then that led into a clash where the police went strong arm, and then that sparked another protest about police brutality and not being accountable and shit. And it just snowballed. This already happened, and the government pulled back the tax. They're like, oh yeah, what is it? The financial director or whatever for the government, he resigned, and the president or whatever, he was like, oh yeah, we're not doing that anymore. But the dominoes already fell. You can't reverse it. So instead of dealing with one problem, which was the economy and or two problems, the economy and the COVID, now you're dealing with the anti-government. Now you're dealing with the police brutality thing, and it's all coming at you at once right now. It's like the same shit that happened in China, in Hong Kong, where it was like the mayor or whoever that, I don't know what you call that, because Hong Kong was supposed to be its own thing, but it's not its own thing because it's one China. And she was like, we're toying with the idea of extraditing criminals to Beijing if Beijing wants them. We're just toying with the idea. We're just going to talk about it. And the people went apeshit about it, because Beijing could just start handpicking anybody who talked bad about the government and be like, hand them over. And then when they killed the bill, it was already too late, because that bill started talks about democracy and about how the international community needs to get involved and help Hong Kong. And oh my God. And then that went up in big whatever. And now people are hiding in Hong Kong like, yo, don't email, don't say anything, delete everything, every conversation we ever had about democracy, because they still throwing democratic, pro-democratic people in jail, protesters, lawyers, that it's happened before. In Brazil, oh my God, dude, I was going to go to Brazil after Japan. That was going to be my next stop. I did 5 years in Japan. You know what? This ain't my spot. How about I go to Brazil? I've always loved Brazilian culture. And, I had a few friends I had made here in Japan who were Brazilian, and they were going to help me get settled, because that was probably one of the biggest things about going over to Brazil to teach English. They're like, yo, if you don't have any connections, it's going to be rough. Try to get a network before you get over here. And then that president was like everyone keeps saying he was the Brazilian Trump. And it's like, everything right-wing conservative. And he was talking crazy. Like, Trump was talking crazy. But yeah, he was talking crazy. Like, Brazil was offered 75 million vaccine dosages from either Pfizer or what was the other one? Manola, whatever the M1 is. So they were going to send them 75 million vaccines. And the president of Brazil rejected it because they weren't going to sign a contract that said whatever side effects would happen would be the responsibility of the company. And that's pretty legitimate. I mean, it's like there are side effects, but you can't leave a door open that says whatever side effects, now you can get sued. We're talking 75 million dosage of a vaccine that's supposed to fight a pandemic that has been destroying every country it hits for the past, 2 years now? Going on 3. And so then he did this speech after he canceled and was like, they didn't want to take responsibility. So if you turn into a crocodile, they're not taking responsibility. If you turn into Superman, if you're a woman and you grow a beard, or you're a man and you get a high voice, they're not going to take responsibility. I was like, are you serious? And now the government is trying to rush to get those vaccines now that his approval rating is dropping, and now there's like a federal investigation on how he handled the pandemic. Dude, we've seen this before. It's happened already. This is ridiculous, dude. In Japan, they doing that. Fam, the government here, it's doing the same thing. It's more of the same. Golden Week is the week that everyone goes traveling and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, we need emergency lockdown because you guys don't want to follow procedure. A lot of people don't want to believe that it's necessary anymore. A lot of businesses are suffering. Some businesses are violating the closing curfew because they want to make more money, and then so people are going to those places and spending more money, and then other shop owners are getting upset because it's like, look, we're following the law. They're not. They have to pay a fine, but they're making enough money where they're making a profit and paying the fine. It's not fair. Oh my goodness, fam. And now there was a hospital talking about they did like a protest where they put in the windows of the hospital, they wrote in kanji, we cannot handle the Olympics. We don't have the space. And that was like the prime minister's like, okay, we're going to discuss with experts and we'll make a decision. Nah, no, you're not. Because you said the same thing about the Go Travel last year when everybody should have stayed their ass at home. And you were like, no, let's promote Go Travel since we're not having the Olympics this summer. We still need to pay for all this architecture and all this stuff that we built. So how about we encourage people to travel around Japan anyway? Jesus, MFing, backflipping, Mary, Joseph, and the 12 disciples on this one, man. Yeah. And it's like, shout out to coffee. Coffee's consistent. And I was talking to a coffee roaster here, right? Went in just to get my re-up. I don't sit and chill in coffee shops no more. So I just go in there to get my re-up on my beans. And they're like, yo, we got this Miramar roast. Like, Miramar? When did Miramar start exporting coffee? It's like, well, given the military coup and them shooting people, protesting, the military taking over the government, they're not exactly getting outside international help by the bundle. So the exporter in Japan started buying coffee, green coffee from them, and now he's promoting it to other cafes who roast their own coffee. It's sort of like hey, it's cheaper coffee and it has some quality to it. You can probably sell it for this, and so everyone bought it up. Damn, though. It's crazy. And like, I was supposed to be doing stuff today, fam. I had my day mapped out. And I was going to study, and I was going to do these lesson plans. I was going to do these demo lessons. I was going to video, shoot those, store those, and then think about possibly doing more online lessons and then possibly moving that into like a side hustle. And so I had it all planned. And then my emotions got the best of me. And then my brain wouldn't stop working. And then it's like, yo, I gotta help. So I tried to spread the word, tried to talk to enough people, make sure that, you know, if I do send money, which I did, and it's like, yo, make sure it gets in the right hands. And it breaks my heart, fam. You know, because I see this person post, and they're always so jubilant and just happy about everything. They're realists, you know. I mean, they're not, you know, stupid. Everything's with the moon and the water and the galaxy and the astro, you know, archaeology, you know, all that. No. And the look on their face is like, dude. And then, you know, you got to bring yourself back. It's like, Nigel, look, you can help, but don't try to put it on your shoulders. You lift something heavy with everyone's help, not one person shouldering everything or pushing more. You're going to burn yourself out and then you're useless. Be consistent. What was it? Because it's like the clashes between the people and the police. The defense ministry in Colombia were like, well, we were fighting the criminals. Like, nah, I'm not stupid. I know Colombia has a organized crime system. I know there's a lot of, there's poverty in the area, so people join gangs to try to survive. That's the story with gang mentality as a whole. It's not like evil people, like, you know, the G.I. Joe versus Cobra. You're just evil people. No, I'm broke. This is a way to make money, to feed myself. Gives me some respect. Makes me feel like I have value. Let me do this. But the police were like, okay, the attack came from there. We're going to take out everybody over there in hopes that we eliminate whatever threat was originating. And the defense minister was like, yeah, it's the criminals, people who stay out past curfew. Because anyone who's breaking the law is a criminal. And when the government says you can't protest, if you do protest, you're breaking the law, that makes you a criminal. And death is the judgment for criminals, all criminals, no matter what the crime is. Fam, I can't do that. Can't think like that. That's ridiculous. Stupid. So violence produces more violence, more rage, more destruction. And then everyone's like, oh, well, you know, let love rule. What was it? Wait, no. But Che Guevara said, the revolutionary is moved by great feelings of love. And people call Che a murderer all day long. His idea was he took that one motorcycle trip through South America and saw so much poverty, and he was like, the only way to fix this is by armed revolution. You got to fight back. And that's a very bitter pill to swallow, especially if you're a religious person. It really is. And then what James Baldwin said, what was it? He was like, I'm 70 years old. I won't live to see another 70 years. It took my father's lifetime, my brother's lifetime. How long do you want me to wait for your progress? Jesus, man. And then people's total disregards. Like, I don't know. It's like you listen to the government, you don't listen to the government. When you got experts saying social distance, wash your hand, gargle, stay your ass at home, and the people are like, oh, well, that's not me. I'm tired of following the rules. I want to see my friends. I want to hang out. I want to drink. I want to go to bars. I want to go to my favorite restaurants. And then you see the medical staff. You see the nurses and the doctors and people dying in the hospital. And it's like, what? are you doing? Oh, I had it already and I feel fine now and I got the immunity. Well, the immunity has been shown to taper off. And when you have half immunity, you make room for variances which mutate. And that's why India's flipping out right now. But I am an English teacher in Japan. That's my current status. That is not my life. That's my current field where I am. And yeah, I will help out where I can and still try to process these feelings and these ideas and this being here in Japan, teaching English. I love teaching. But the pay is terrible. And if the pay is terrible, it leads to poverty. And if poverty, you lead to getting out of poverty by any means necessary. And that's a slippery slope as we see throughout the world. Oh boy. Nonviolence, peaceful protests, they killed Martin Luther King. By any means necessary, they killed Malcolm X. I'm running out of ideas on how to voice my opinion. Coffee though. Coffee's consistent. And with that, folk, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna try to take a walk. Maybe I'll go to Todaiji and holler at the great Buddha and look at that big statue and be like, yo, people came together and built this. And they burned that sucker. They burned Todaiji Temple down 3 times, folks. 3 times. And 3 times they rebuilt it. And the Todaiji Temple that's standing right now is like 1/4 the size of the original because they couldn't source the material to build it the same size a 3rd time. Oh boy. Wherever you at, if you can help the people in Colombia, help the people in Brazil, help the people in Miramar, Philippines, help people in your neighborhood, shout out your people, check on them. Even if they're smiling, they look good in their Instagram photos and their TikTok videos, yo, just check on them. Say what's up. Wish your mother a happy Mother's Day early, like I did. I don't know, somehow I mixed up Cinco de Mayo with Mother's Day. I was like, hey! But I love my mom, so I can wish her a happy Mother's Day 4 days ago. It's alright. With that, yo, for real. Good night.